Did you know that 20% of women are allergic to semen? Yes, you heard me right. Semen, as in sperm. And this is something that is hardly talked about. If you are interested to know how, why, stay tuned. It's a Friday, happy Friday. It's a Friday, happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody, and we're back again. Today's topic one is like, what? Today, I want to open a can of worm. I want to open a conversation about something that is rarely talked about, or not talked about at all. You know what I said when I started this channel? I said my aim is to start conversation, is to talk about those uncomfortable conversation and make them very comfortable, you know, and allow people to go and have conversation with themselves, have conversation with their friends, their partners. This is a forum where we talk about things that are not really talked about, or pushed under the rug, or simply being ignored. This is a place where we talk about everything. So today's one is a sperm allergy, mainly referred to as human seminal plasma hypersensitivity, which is HSPS in short. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know we did biology, and we also did the experiment of that biology of what happens when a woman and a man sleep together. When ejaculation happens, a sperm will then go inside a woman's vagina, right? So, did you know that some women are allergic to the semen that is in a sperm? The sperm and the semen are different. You are learning biology today. And before I continue, please know that I ain't a medical doctor, so the views that I'm giving, they're just my own views from what I've researched, what I've read on, because I experienced this. Had I not experienced, I don't think I'll even be talking about it today. Nor would I have given myself time to go and research and understand what a semen allergy is all about. So, quick story. I had a partner, grade 1, you know, back in the days when we slept together, guys. Of course, you know how relationship work. You use a condom, and then you get to a stage where you don't use a condom, right? So when we were using a condom, everything was fine. Then when we stopped using a condom, the first time we slept together, there was something was different. I was in so much pain. I did not even know what was happening. I remember I called my doctor friend. I was like, friend, I'm in pain. I can't even explain that pain, but it felt like I had urinary infection, but like something was inside me eating me. Like every time I peed, it felt like that something wanted to come out. I don't know how to best describe it, but it was hella painful. My friend then said to me, I need to go to hospital or see a doctor. I remember it was on a Saturday when I called her, Saturday night. Guys, 5 a.m. I was already bathed, driving to hospital, to ER. That's how painful it was. And I got there, explained to the doctor what was the issue. They took my urine sample and they gave me a antibiotic via a drip. That's how bad it was. And I think I spent like 3 to 5 hours there in hospital, you know. And they also gave me some medication to take home. And the sad thing is they never explained or told me what was the issue. They just said I had an infection. So it happens, right? I go home, that's fine. I take my medication, I'm fine. Level 6. Then I have sex again. Remember, I did not associate that pain with sex, because for me I just thought, nah, it's just a urinary infection. So that, yeah, I didn't even think they were related. So now the second time it happens, maybe because now my body was used to the reaction of the allergy, so this time I had just a little bit of that pain, but it wasn't as bad. But you don't know what happened, guys, which led me to researching this topic, and hence I'm talking to you today. So what had happened was I ignored because the pain wasn't bad, guys, so I didn't really go to a doctor. I ignored it. So me ignoring it, remember what an infection does. When you don't treat it, it becomes worse. And in this case, it became worse. It made my vagina smell like 100,000 million rotten rats. Like, guys, my confidence was shredded into pieces. And you know, that time we are working, we go to work, and I use the Gauteng to go to work. Guys, I felt like the whole Gauteng people could smell my cuckoo. I felt like everybody in the office can smell me. Day one came, day two came. And you know, that time I'm triple washing it to make sure that it smells at least better. It was horrible. I could smell it through my clothes. Like, I could smell it. That's how bad it was. Day 3, I could not take it anymore. So day 3, when I went to the office, I'm like to my colleague who sits next to me, I'm like, girl, if you smell something, don't look any further, it's me. You know, I've got an issue here. I don't even know what to do. I've tried to do, I've wiped, I've cleaned it, I don't know. And then my colleague's like, no, you have to go to a doctor, get it checked up. There might be something. Like, I never thought my cuckoo smelling rotten, I can go to a doctor and get help. But that afternoon, I went to the doctor. The doctor asked me my sexual history. I told him. He gave me the tablets, the antibiotics. I took those, and let me tell you, by the second day, that smell was gone. I have never, ever been so grateful in my life. Guys, that smell is horrible, horrible. So now I did share this story with another friend of mine who has then made me aware to say that, you know, like he said, you got sick, and then now you're sick, and when you check, it's like every time you have sex, this thing happens. Maybe you might be reacting. She didn't really say the word allergic, he just said reacting to your partner's sperm. I was like, what? No, what is that? Then I went and I googled. To my horror, it is true, it is happening. People, there is such a thing as being allergic to a man's semen. The trick here is you are not allergic to all men's semen, a specific kind. Because for me, I've had sex before, I've never had this issue. It was my first and hopefully my last time. So the thing is, I am allergic to that partner's semen, but I'm not allergic to other men. So that's how it works. I need a drink after telling my story. And one thing that we as women need to understand that is that we should never shy away from talking about such things, because that's where you get help. People have experienced certain things that you might be experiencing for the first time. And for me, my saving grace has been me discussing it, and my friends, my colleague explaining to me to say like, no, get help, girl. This other one saying that, yeah, can happen. So yeah. So if you're sitting there wondering why your cook might be smelling, you can't get rid of the smell. Even if you go to a doctor, you get a medication, it still comes back over and over. Or some, they are ashamed to go to a doctor because like it's a smelly cuckoo. Where do I even begin? You know, I want you to know that you're not alone and it is not your fault. You know what I mean? It's really not your fault. So what is human seminal plasma sensitivity, HSPS? I'm learning. I'm in my biology class. I don't know how these doctors got it right, learning all these difficult words. But in simple terms, HSPS is when your body reacts to the semen from the sperm. So the body recognizes the sperm as a allergy protein, just as you would if you're allergic to peanuts or pollen, then reacts because it's allergic to that protein. We should know that it's not the allergy on the sperm itself, but on the semen from the sperm. What will happen is once you've had sex and they ejaculated inside of you, of course, you will then have a reaction after 20 to 30 minutes, and that reaction can last for a day or few days. And some, if it's not treated, it will not go away. It will show up as you feeling the pain, like I explained with my pain where I had to take myself to ER. It can show itself some redness and burning. Oh yes, your private part will be a bit red, you know, inflammation kinda, yes. So they say that it can either be centralized, meaning that you can only feel the pain in the area where you are, that area, you know, like your vagina will be swollen, redness, you know, some pain. Or for other people, it can break out throughout your body. You can have hives, you can have itchiness, swelling all over your body. It comes in different ways. So what you need to do is for you to be aware, for you to remember what you have done before to experience such problems. Oh yes, people. So traditionally, sex, it's vagina and a penis. But we know that we are people who like to experiment. Some they can do the anal sex, some they do blowjobs. So if you are allergic to such, you can have the mouth, the anus can be affected, the mouth can be affected. So be very aware of that as well, that it can happen that way. So you're sitting there, you're worried, you're like, oh my God, it's been happening to me, I didn't know. Thank you, Trudy, for making me aware. What do I even do? So, first thing first, you go to a doctor, you get tested. The biggest issue or concern, based on the research papers that have, most of our family doctors, they are not aware, and sometimes they can misdiagnose you as having STIs. Yet it's just you being allergic, right? The good thing is whatever they give, it does work. So sometimes we just don't want to cure, we want to prevent it, we want to deal with the root cause. So maybe what you need to do is to also read about this, get to understand it. When you go see your doctor, you then explain to say, doctor, I'm suspecting that it can be something like this, please help me. They say that the way to cure it or prevent it is you can then decide to use a condom with your partner. That way the semen is not touching your body, so you're fine. But who likes using condom with their husbands? Second option is that there is a vaccine, you know, just like any other allergy, you can get something to stop that allergy. So there is some, and it looks like it is expensive, But you know, when you want help and you want your sex, you will then go for it. I don't know if the medical aid will pay for it. There's not even much cases in South Africa. I tried to research the South African cases. I couldn't find much. So the vaccine that they give you apparently is for you to tolerate the dead semen, so that your body then gets to not react to it. You know, it's like what they did with the virus. Inject you with the virus so the virus doesn't affect you. And another option they say is that they encourage then couples to have frequent sex so that your body can then get used to that virus, and then you are just like, you are fine. But it doesn't work for everyone. My question to you is, should this happen to you? Will you stay with your partner? I couldn't, guys. I just couldn't. It was painful. It was confidence wrecking. That smell, oh God, I have never experienced it in my life, and I don't ever want to experience. I did discuss it with a partner, and yeah, we broke up, guys. Like I couldn't, like I just couldn't. I wouldn't even take that option of where they say they encourage you to have more sex so that your body can get used to it. I just couldn't. It was just too emotionally painful. Like I can't. I do hope that you seeing this video, you're gonna go and try to get help. If you are experiencing the symptoms, you know, every time you have sex you get some pain, you know, you itchiness there, you're feeling this excruciating pain that maybe by now you're so used to it, you know, you've tried to like get used to it, or I don't know what you're feeling, but every time you have sex something happens. So I encourage you to go see your doctor. But for me is that let's talk about it. If you're experiencing it, you know, talk to your friend. If you know somebody who's experiencing it, let them see this video. Maybe it will help. As before, what happened to me, my baby was nearly like 100,000 rotten dead units. So this is a very sensitive topic, unfortunately, and for me it is my wish that we start making it easy to talk about. Be like me, guys. Be like, nah, I'm not ashamed of such things. Like hence I won't gonna tell my colleague to say, girl, if you smell something, it's me. Don't even look around, it's me. You understand? Because then you get help. In the next video I want to cover other things that makes our vagina smell, vagina or cuckoo. It depends on my mood what I say it, and address some of the issues, the smells, the types, like the disgusting part that we need to discuss. But unfortunately we really have to be gross about it and explain it in detail so that you get the gist. Lastly, did you know that some men are allergic to their own sperm? This is a rare disorder that has been recently discovered or being talked about. I don't know, you know, I just found out when I was doing the research. Apparently you can be allergic to your own sperm. So this they call post-orgasmic chill. Like after having an orgasm, then you react. They say that a man will have like a flu-like symptoms caused by their own semen after having an orgasm, or they will be feverish, they will have a runny nose, they will have extreme fatigue, and the symptoms can last for a week. I haven't met anyone who has it. Maybe I have. Maybe that's why these poor people, when they finish coming, they sleep. What's the other symptoms? Fatigue. Maybe they're very fatigued. They've got maybe we have an answer now. And they say that this can only happen during ejaculation. When they masturbate, it doesn't happen. It only happens when they ejaculate. Medicine is so interesting, guys. I think I want to be a doctor now, a sex doctor for that matter. How about that? Apparently, people suffer from it without even knowing, because I don't think it's deadly. It's just a disorder, I guess, where you feel all of this. So men, next time you have sex, don't think about me, please. Just think about what I said and look for the symptoms and just check if you are allergic to your own semen. Oh, they also say that the symptoms will feels like you are with like a drug withdrawal. You know, when you're a junkie and then now you're having a withdrawal, it also feels like that. So look out, check yourself, man. And yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with that. They saying it's not deadly, so, but I guess sometimes it's good to know. Maybe you've been wondering why all the time when you have sex you had a runny nose and you had to blow your nose, or why you were sleeping. You know, the sleepiest after sex. They're so annoying. But now at least we can forgive you because we understand that you are allergic to your own semen. And lastly, imagine, guys, you're allergic to your own semen. Your partner is allergic to your semen. Just throw yourself in the bin, man, and just close it. Like, what do we do with you? Like, really? I'm joking. So if you have a question and you are wondering, is my vagina smelly, go watch the other video. We're going to address other symptoms of things that causes your vagina to smell. Love you as always. Thank you for watching, and remember, never stop becoming. In this channel we are becoming, we are growing, we are learning, we are discovering that there's such thing as a human seminal human seminal plasma hypersensitivity. And apparently they say that you can sleep with your partner for years and one day you can just wake up and you're allergic to the sperm. Don't you just love nature? Nature is full of surprises, and so am I. So let's go, let's talk about our vaginas, ladies. Watch the next video. I love you as always. Never stop becoming. Deuces, deuces. Do. We didn't sing. No. I love you. I love you. I love you.